and welcome back to the Craftsman Cup Series Round 8 under the lights at Chicagoland Speedway. Another 1.5 mile track for your entertainment here tonight. This is the 10-minute qualifying session for you to enjoy. And obviously the race itself will be tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's going to be another 67 laps, I'm afraid. So luckily we got the first one out onto the track, so we'll see. That was Alex Rowe, who has been really struggling, unfortunately, in this championship. Alex Rowe down in 41st in the points. He's already 493 points off the championship leader. So hopefully this could be the race that we can see the 37 up front and hopefully gain some more points in the championship. I believe he's also running last in the rookie of the season as well, so not a good start to the season for the R&G racing driver, as he just makes his way through 1 and 2. Colin Jones is out, followed by ahead of him by the 18 of Cody Lammers, who is now sitting second in the points coming into this race. And there is Jamie Smith, Jamie Smith lost a spot a week ago and now sits in 5th place in the championship. Again, we won't know who gets to be on the pole position. If you're new to this qualifying, if cars get involved in an accident or if their cars disappeared in the pits, then they will start back of the grid no matter what. Whoever starts on the pole will also qualify their entrance in to the All-Star race. There we can see Christian Martin, who's gone back up into the top 10 in the championship. He would have been leading at this point a season ago by like 100 odd points, but he comes into this, I believe, 4th in the championship. Yes, 4th in the championship, 112 points off this time. And I can just see there's his teammate, one of his teammates, Dylan Young, driving the Kodak one, not Ali Rain. We'll definitely see Ali later on in the qualifying, and also Ali's another person that needs a good run. Dylan has fallen down to 30th in the points. I think by the end of round 2 or going into round 3 at Nazareth, he was sitting in the top 10. So oh wow, we've got ourselves a big gaggle of cars right here. Daniel Voiles, and there's Nick Gunther with Trent Dunham, this guy Commons, and look how high Zachary Fitzwater goes. Yes, this track is full of multiple grooves. On this track, there's Charlie Buxton heading his way out onto the track and do his qualifying stint. And there's Ali Rain, there she is, last in points. Desperately want to have a good finish here, just to even catch up to the other protagonists up ahead of her in the driver's standings. Carson Green, who had a great drive a week ago, secured, I believe that was his first top 10 at Texas, picking up the 6th place. And there was Chris Summers, who finished 2nd a week ago, and he's side by side with the then points leader Dylan Pulte, who had an awful time at Texas, 31st place for him. And right ahead of them is the championship leader, Wes McCall, a guy who has tasted victory lane. I believe it was at Nazareth back at round 3. And right ahead of him is Nathan Hudson, followed by Noah Cars, and then there is Liam Ervic. Liam Ervic had a great run, top 5 position for him, and I feel like Cody Lammers there, after what happened at Road America 2 weeks ago, has forgiven Liam by letting him by in Texas. Oh, now James Qualls early going into the pit lane. Has he encountered a problem? We'll have a look here. Let's just keep an eye out here on the 24. There's Colin Jones. Maybe it was just maybe a problem, but we'll find out again. So there's the thing. He comes down. Now does his car disappear? Nope, he's just putting on some tyres. Okay, that's cool. There's RJ. Just ahead of him is a couple of a Ford and a Dodge. There's Levi McIntyre with Austin LaPlante. Now don't forget, these drivers, like I said at the start here, drivers whoever starts on the pole will qualify into the All-Star race. There's a few drivers already in that list. Unfortunately enough, though, for Cody Lammers, I don't think he is one of them, even though he's sitting 2nd in the championship. Dylan Young's also not made a hit, you know. in the All-Star race. And now it's Matt McLean in the 31. And there is Fitzwater, who looks like he was a bit slow. Oh, he might have a problem, actually. Ooh, Fitzwater may have a problem. Now, if his car disappears, then he is going to start at the back of the grid no matter what. So if he comes back on the track, there goes Matt McIntyre goodbye and Danny Wells. So if he comes back on the track and posts maybe say like the second fastest lap in the qualifying session, it makes no odds because his car will have disappeared by now. Well, his car will probably have disappeared. Seth Cole's also in. You see him driving a new livery, the pink Target Dodge. But let's just keep an eye out here. Wintergreen, his teammate behind. No, he's only putting on tyres. It just looked like there was a genuine problem there on the 29. But again, we'll have a look then at the end of qualifying to see if any drivers did have their cars disappear. Jessica Shelton. She is running in the black Trex car with Diego Ospina, her teammate, in front of him, and Jesse Turner, who had a solid effort last week. Actually, ahead of him as well as Joshua Collard. These two drivers encountered top 10 finishes at Texas 1 week ago. Joshua finishing 9th and Jesse finishing in 8th place as James Qualls heads back out onto the track. Brandon Ross in the 21. He had a decent outing, didn't he? Yeah, he got 15th place. Colin Jones and Michael Norman and Sam Oskin. They're all in there together. 3 minutes to go until the end of the qualifying. Oh, wow, Colin pulls out really late. And there's the winner from a week ago, Brandon Tedesco. Who I believe has moved up into 20th in the Drivers' Championship. Driving the Jim Beams black Chevrolet this time. Why not? We're going to be racing under the lights tomorrow. So why not? How appropriate for it. Now, who's that into the pits? That might be Danny Wells in the pits. Christian Martin comes out, followed by... Oh, no, Christian is actually going into the pits. My apologies. And Matt McIntyre heads out. There's Steph... Oh, there's Carson Gum. Carson Gum, who's not really had a good start to the season for the guy who finished runner-up last season. He would love to be in Jack Mitchell's shoes at the moment here, because Jack Mitchell is flying in the championship. He's in the top 10. Andy McCrory, we saw him battling up front in the early goings of Texas, but finished in a very disappointing 30th position. Because he made a bad second pit stop, I'm afraid. There's a look then at Brent Wintergreen, who started on the outside pole, got stuck behind the 32. Oh no, he started on the inside of row 2. My apologies. Got stuck behind the 32 and encountered a problem very early in the race, and he fell all the way back to 40th. Somehow managed to get a fairly respectable 23rd place out of it. There's Daniel Voiles. We also saw Daniel completely, he was racing for the top 10 last week, and then he had a bad second pit stop, fell all the way down to 28th. There's Charlie Buxton, Carson Green, there's Ali Rain, Zachary Fitzwater. His car looks like it's perfectly fine now. Sky Commons, the winner at Auto Club back in the second round, pulls to the inside of the 22. And he currently has the last time on the track, as we've got about a minute to go until the end of qualifying. And we've had different pole winners here so far. So I think it was at round 1, it was Sky Commons, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Sky Commons. Sky Commons had the pole for Daytona. Then in round 2, it was Seth Cole. Then in round 3 was Pulte. Round 4 was Levi McIntyre. Brian Tedesco's got the pole at Papyrus. Then Austin Plank got one at Road America. And a week ago, Charles Sanford got a pole. So seven different pole winners in 7 races, or 7 qualifying efforts, I might say. See how bumpy this track is too. This could be a bit problematic here for the drivers. Of course, they are on now for potentially a 4th straight race without a caution. We've had 3 races consecutively where there's been no cautions in the race. None at Road Papyrus, none at Road America, and none at Texas. It's actually becoming to be a little bit boring when there's no crashes now. There's a look at Brandon Ross. Where's he sitting? 41st. And that's it. We're going to go to 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is it. The end of qualifying. So these drivers, Wells crosses the line, so their times will not count afterwards because that is the end of practice. Someone is actually going out onto the track, and it's Sam Oskin, but it makes no odds though because his time will not count. There is a look at the pretty in pink looking Dodge for Seth Cole. Like I said, his name's already in the All-Star race because I just mentioned the list of drivers that's already in the All-Star race, and he took the pole at Auto Club. And Danny Wells looks like he's touring into the pit lane. Now, this will be quite an interesting scenario. If his car disappears, that will not count because it is the end of qualifying. I will just clarify on that too. I'm trying to find the 21. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. So there is Brandon Ross, and we'll just put it onto him. And it's on 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. Oh, I meant to push it on pause. My apologies. Oh, there we go. So then, I'm going to have a look back at the pit lane to see if any cars have disappeared, and I will get back to you once I will have. If there's been any cars that's disappeared, you'll see it. Right, we're back looking at the pit reviews to see if any cars have disappeared, and I can tell you that no cars disappeared, so that's good to see. So no drivers then will be starting at the back of the field. So then, the all-important news. Who's going to start on the pole for tomorrow's night's race at Chicagoland Speedway? Let's find out when we go click on the standings. And it is Liam Ervig. Liam Ervig, who was the former points leader. He will start on the pole. And Alex Rowe, much needed qualifying there for Alex. I think that's the second time he started on the outside pole. I believe he was on the outside pole for Auto Club. Yes, indeed he was. So it's another front row start then for Alex Rowe. Jamie Smith, 5th in the championship, and Daniel Voiles will start on 4th. Then it is Nathan Hudson and Kyle Matthews on row 3. Nick Gunther and RJ Bishop in row 4. Danny Wells and Chris Summers completing the top 10. Diego Ospina and Seth Cole. That's a very experienced row. Both of these drivers have been in since the very first CCS season. Trent Dunham and Jack Mitchell will be on row 7. Michael Norman, 7th in the championship, and he'll be alongside Carson Gum. Jesse Turner in 17th and Levi McIntyre in 18th. Good qualifying effort from Ali Rain. She will start 19th, and Charles Sanfer will start in 20th. Austin LaPlante and Jessica Shelton will be row 11. The championship leader, Wes McCall, will be alongside the guy that's 4th in the championship on row 12. Anthony McCrory, James Qualls will be row 13. Colin Jones and Noah Cars complete row 14. Row 15 will be Matt McIntyre and Dylan Young. So Dylan Young, who's 30th in the points, who's going to start 30th tomorrow. Joshua Collard and Sam Oskin, 31st and 32nd. Brent Wintergreen and Charlie Buxton, that's an old rookie affair on that row. Cody Lam is 2nd in the points, starting deep in the field. And he'll be alongside Zachary Fitzwater. Sky Cummins and Matt McLean, that's an old Chevy affair on that row. Dylan Poteet and Carson Green down in 40th. And Brandon Ross and the winner from a week ago, Brandon Tedesco, starting at the very back of the grid. So there we have it there. Congratulations to Liam Ervig. He becomes the 8th different pole winner in 8 races. Can he break the duck to actually win a CCS race from the pole? You're just going to have to find out and watch the race itself tomorrow. Don't forget, 67 laps around Chicago, and we're racing under the lights. Will there be a caution? Who will know? You only have to find out until tomorrow. Don't forget, give this qualifying this video a like. You want to get involved in the CCS Discord group, the link's down below. You can copy it from there. But until then, we'll see you tomorrow for the race itself.